So listen, let's get right down to it because we only want to be here 30, 35 minutes. We want to keep it because life is just so busy, right? But busy people are the people that make things happen. People who've got all day, they're unemployed, they've time for anything. You know, the day winds away, breakfast, a cup of coffee, get up at 11, mosey through the day. No time to build a business. Busy people make things happen. Go, go, go. So raving recognition we're going to do in a minute. I love the recognition in this business. Um, Guest speakers, we've got Addy. Addy, is it yourself? And oh, the Queen has arrived as well. Mubo.
The queen is here.
Evening,
It's
everybody.
good. So these you're gonna. I've got my. If you haven't got your notepad and pen, get one now, quick, right? Because this couple are on fire. Not only are they on fire, but the secret to this team is getting your team on fire, and their whole team's on fire. But the speed of the leader is the speed of the team, and they are leading from the front. You can't push a piece of string. Fact, by the way, fact, right? Systems and processes is all about systems and processes. You hear me every time you hear me, I pretty much say the same thing. Why? There's no such thing as a new antique, is there? Right? At the end of the day, it's the basics that make it work. Excitement and enthusiasm, I still proclaim, are the things that will catch fire with people. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you sound boring, right? I mean, hello. Have you ever had to sit through your friend comes back from their holidays. Nowadays, they don't do it because it's all on Facebook. But back in the day when I grew up, they used to come back and they used to get their photographs developed. And then they say, I'm coming round to show you my photographs. And you thought, oh no, they were going to sit for 3 hours. And it was exciting for them because, well, it was their holiday, right? But for me, it was like, off to sleep. So all the knowledge in the world is great, but you've got to be excited. Duplication, support, the bigger picture. We're going to crack on right now. Let me start by showing you the people who've joined in the last 4 weeks. So the newest one start at the top left. So well done to Kunle Aziz, to Daniel, or GB as he's going to be known, Oshanaki. To Daniel and his brother Enoch, who joined. So Enoch joined, and he's got his brother the next day, right, to join. Why not? Share the love. To Lupe and Canola, little Femi, Dr. Emmanuel. I've already stolen some of his golden words. I like it. Olawale. Oh, I've spelt your name wrong. Olawale. Don't look. Olawale Omole. Jennifer and Michael. Michael brought his first new person on today. All right. So, and we've got Avi and Francis. If you've just joined, welcome. Dammy, good to see you as well. Now
Hi,
then,
bros.
hey,
Good
bro,
evening.
how you doing?
I'm
Good
all
evening,
right, bro.
everybody. Now, let me just quickly, if you haven't got yourself on mute at the moment, if I could ask you just briefly to do so for the moment. I'm just popping through. I think I've got everybody there. So this is all the new people. Loads of new people joined in the last 4 weeks. Just keep doing it. Find the basics and repeat. People who've been promoted, promotions, loads. Sunday Johnson this morning, man. Hey, a new qualified distributor. Nick and Leona. Leona not only hit QD, but I think Leona, did you go QD star as well? I think I might be right or very close. Sandra Abimbola. Abimbola, she is on the, I think she's on the call. We might have a word with her later, if not tonight, next week. But that's everyone and some new Richard Olienka went SQD this week. Trendy QD star. So you can see all your names there. It's great to be recognized. Now, I'm going to I'm going to do this in about, somebody check me. I'm going to do this in about 60 to 100 seconds. This is important. This is the basics. And you really need to get the basics right. So in your first 48 hours, and if you didn't do this when you started, get into the habit of getting your new people to get off to these fast starts. Get their training out of the way. They don't know what they're doing until they've done that. And by the way, you don't get paid until you do that, right? And get your fast start plan, book your launches. You can see it all on screen. Get these basics. You'll see this slide each and every week. Why? Because it's important. Biggest tip that I give to people, well, there's about a dozen of them, but there you are. One of them is you paid £10 to get your business started, but what I would like you to do is I would like you to treat your business like you spent £100,000 starting it. Why, they say? Why? Well, listen, if you spent £10 on your business, you might play with it, right? You might leave it until tomorrow, next week, next year, and who knows, right? If you had just laid down £100,000 on the table and said, I'm in, count me in, I think you might have a different mindset. So treat it with that, regardless. These are the bonuses. Anybody that I talk to, I like to try and catch up with people if I can. It's not always possible, but for those I can, I'll always do a quick welcome call just to say hello, 5 minutes on and off. But you'll always get this. Focus on the bonuses. Also, there's our multi-services. We are not about energy only. We are not about mobile only. We are the only company that can do all these services. So remember, we're the unique multi-service on one bill with all the benefits. Make sure you know all the little details. And that gets me to the slide I've been waiting for all night. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a virtual round of applause. We're going to introduce recent team leaders, Adi and Mubo, who got fired up at Amplify in September, and since, my goodness, they are just like every week promotions, bonuses, and everything. So I'm going to shut up. I'm going to hand it over to you, and guys, welcome.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you, everyone. I want to say we appreciate this so much. We're starting with first acknowledging that Mike is instrumental to this. Thank you very much, Mike, for all you've done for all of us and what you're still doing. Without you, we will not believe in this, okay? I remember how we met at the training in the utility warehouse, and they just mentioned that, guys, in case you're interested, being a partner, I am one. And that was just it. And I said, okay, I want to know more about this. So I left the utility warehouse as staff in April last year, and then you encouraged me when I said I need to know more about being a partner. Now, and since then, we all know Mike being Mike, he's always been supportive. He's very highly supportive, whatever we do, helping, encouraging. And about there's some few things I want us to discuss tonight. My wife and I will also be talking about it tonight. It's the first from Amplify. Now, Mike said to us, if you attend any of these events, your perspective will change. And I said, really? He said, yes, try it. And then we decided to go. And truly and surely, everything changed. And because what we saw then, we cannot just remove it. And we determined then, you know what, we'll go for it. But before then, it's been very, very tough, very difficult to get partners, to get customers. It was a little bit frustrating. But after Amplify, there was that fire, the vision to do something. But I need to share some few things with us, which I know, and we all go through. But this will encourage us to do more. The first thing I need to say is the teamwork. We need to understand that to go up and climb the ladder, we need to work as a team. Without the teamwork, it's difficult, it's frustrating. And that is where we got that strength from. The team we have, they've been very, very supportive. They've been there. They are ready to listen. And also, we do our part, but they do their part. And without the team, we will not be team leaders anyway. But the first thing I need to talk about tonight, which I know all of us this will resonate with everyone, is that if you get stuck, don't give up. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Because for about 2 months, I had no customer. Actually, exactly 2 months, not one.
Mm.
In the midst of the 7 months before becoming a team leader, there was nothing. It was frustrating. But there's something that keeps saying to me, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. And why? We need to have the tenacity, the resilience.
Mm.
So not to give up when the business is quiet, because there will always be times when the business will be quiet. And that's the tempting time. That's frustrating. That's when you want to give up. But when it's quiet, we must look around doing other things that can help us, encourage us. There are so many things we've learned through our training. We need to bring them up. Okay. The second thing I'm going to talk about is the determination to follow on until we get to our why. There's a why, there's a reason why we're doing this. Let's be determined. Let's be prepared. My wife and I were determined. We say to ourselves, we're going to go all out and do what is needed to get this done. And also, the third thing I want to say is all we are learning here, believe in the system, the product, and the organization. When I talk to people, I always talk to them about the system, the product, and the organization. And that is what we gain from all the news, the briefings, the training. We are informed to pass it on, and we need to practice that. Okay. And another one I'm going to talk about is what Mike says every Thursday, the training. We must never be tired of attending meetings, because here a little, there a little, we grow our team. We need to learn from one another and encourage one another. And because I said to someone yesterday, I said, don't give up, because there's a breakthrough around the corner before you give up. So determine that you stay there until you find a way to do what you need to do. And also, let's not be discouraged. Because if you are discouraged, you will not encourage your team members. We need to be encouraged. Okay. And then one more thing I need to say is, which is where the growth of our team came from, is the word availability. We need to make space for the business. I've got some few firebrand power partners around me, but they're busy. And when they need to get the customers, they have to call me to help them. Now, how do I help them if I don't make time? And that is where it is tough. We need to be available as a team leader or a business person so that we can build that team and we can encourage people around us. And also, we need to also talk to uplines. A lot of times I call Mike, speak with Mike will call me and tell me things and ask questions. I ask questions from Mike, and he'll check with me, he'll call my downline and speak with them and encourage them. And this is what we call a team. Okay. And finally, we know that Utility Warehouse has a vision of the 2 million. So this is a growing and promising company. We are fortunate to be part of it. It's a great organization, and we have to put in our own best to be part of it when it gets there. People are there now. They've been there for many years. Some of us are just starting, but we can also learn from them and go back and repeat the same system. And I remember during the kickoff, I was at the kickoff, Stephen Longworth said something. The first thing he said is, find out what works for you. And I'm holding on to that statement. Find out what works for you, because not everything will work for you. What I mean is that some people will prefer referrals. Some people will prefer knocking on the door. Some people will prefer the 20K, the mortgage freedom, different types of ways we can get our partners and get the customers. But we need the social media. Now, Mike is the expert now in social media. You can see Mike now giving the boost on social media. So whatever works for us, we have to find it and we have to stay with it. And he said, keep them and duplicate them. So I noted that down. I said, keep them, duplicate them, and don't complicate it. So, and I believe that is the key. Until we find what works for us, let's not be discouraged. Because I discovered some things are not working for me when I started. And I started looking for what will work for me. And I found it. And I'm working on it. And the same thing, we have to find it and we have to work on it. Okay. Now my wife needs to chip in something because she's been part of the journey I've been talking. Okay.
Okay, I wasn't planning to say anything, but I'll just say that one of the things I learned from the Amplify was that you need to treat this business like as a 10,000 or 100,000 business. Because if you think it's a 10,000 pound business, you will not put in effort. But if you treat it like 100,000, or maybe a 500,000 pound business, the sky is your limit. So you'll be able to put in more effort. So what I do, I actually, because my husband is more available than me, I support him in my own way. Like sometimes when I go to work and I meet people, I talk to them. Sometimes not the first time that I speak to them that they will say yes. But later on, when I start discussing the benefits and everything, it's maybe the second or third time, some of them will say, okay, let me just listen to you. And they say, oh, you didn't tell me that I could do this. I could get money from you and things like that. So I was able to speak to my hairdresser, had been speaking to her for a long time, I think about the third or fourth time. And she allowed us to sign her up as a customer and a partner. So sometimes it's not the first time you speak to people. You need to be, don't force it on them, but don't give up as well. It might be the second, the third time, or the fourth time. So we don't give up. And then I look for opportunities anywhere I go. I was recently, I had to go to Nigeria, and I was on the plane. We were not able to go the first day, and we had to stay in Amsterdam overnight. So I met some 3 guys that were also going to Nigeria, and I became friends with them. There was one particular one that was living in London. The other 2 were from America and another country. So that one that was living in London, I collected his number and told him I was going to call him when I get back to Britain. And I did call him, even though he didn't sign up. But you just look for opportunities everywhere. So I even told him that even if he's not interested, I'm going to speak to his wife, even though I didn't know the wife from anywhere. So, so we just look for opportunities. And I feel that, if you don't give up, like the way my husband has said, the sky is your limit. I remember at the beginning of December, we only had about 30 people, customers, and we were trying to get to the team leader. And then we found a way, and the way God just did it for us, we're able to get power people, partners that that within a few weeks they became QD star or whatever. So I think, like my husband said, that you need to find what works for you, your own community. Every one of us, we have community of friends. We have people that we've known for a long time. It might be our schoolmates, or maybe people we worked together with in the past. You can visit them and just tell them, even if it's one person, that one person might end up bringing about 30 people.
Yeah.
So I just feel that we just need to find what works for us. And I think that's all I'm going to say.
Thank you very much. And to close, I just want us to know there'll be times, there'll be frustrations, there'll be failures and fears. We should not allow it to stop us. For instance, you booked an appointment, the person says, I'm not interested. There's rejection, there's frustration, people canceling appointment. After you've spoken for about 45 minutes, 1 hour, they're not interested. Don't be discouraged, because every seed we sow will also bring something. So we've seen that along the line, and that will help us to encourage the team members, and then even asking for referrals. And then finally, I think we need to also check on our customers. Let's check with them. When we care for them, they will know that it is not just that we're just selling something to them, but we want to see that they're doing well, and the company organization is serving them well, and they will thereby give us more referrals. Yeah. I think that's it for now, Mike. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Excuse me, I was nearly choking myself there. Listen, thank you very much indeed. Thank you for that. There is I don't know about anybody else, but I got a whole stack of notes there. Some great stuff that I hope you took some notes, and I hope that you don't just write. See, it's easy to write these things down and then put the book away, and then next week just add some more notes, and the next week add some more notes. But the magic The magic is in the simple things in this business. The magic is really in things like acting on these notes, acting on the things that you're hearing. So lots and lots. Let me see if I can get rid. I'm going to try and share my screen. Adi, Mubo, thank you very much. You have no idea how much I learn from you, whilst you think that you're learning from me. Actually, you know, what is it they say? And this was a great analogy. The teacher stands at the front of the class. There's 30 students learning from one man, but the one man at the front is learning from 30 people. I learn from everyone in this team, no matter whether they're just in a day or they're just in a week, a month, or a year, or years. Doesn't matter. Always be open to learning more and more, and that will be something that will serve you. I loved all that stuff there, and I've got to pick up on one of those things, because you'll all get to know that I've got a pretty poor sense of humor. But I'm going to share that with you now, because it's true that you need to, as Mubo said, you need to chat to people. You need to meet people. You don't have to get on a plane to Nigeria, but hey, if you do, I would like to tell you firstly, I am a first-class bag carrier. I will carry your bags. You don't have to feed me much. That's fine. But you don't have to go on a plane to meet people. You meet people every day.
Yeah.
And also, they were saying that you need to find your groove, right? Find what works for you. Now, I'm at a disadvantage here, Mubo, because you said you went and you spoke to your hairdresser.
Yeah.
I've got a problem, right? Although I go to the Turkish barber and he shaves my head for me. So I speak to him too. But thank you. Thank you for that one as well. All right. Now then, let's have a quick look. We're going to move on swiftly, because my jokes are like dad jokes and they're not very good, to be honest with you. So let's have a look. Firstly, did I share my screen? Let's click that button there. That one there, and there we are. You can tell you don't have to be great with technology. And let us bring that up. So we looked at all the different aspects of getting started. We covered a lot of that, and some of that stuff that was absolute gold dust. Breakthrough. Don't give up. There is a saying, winners never quit and quitters never win. So make sure you're in the right category. We've covered all the new partners. We've covered all that as well. Let's have a look. A couple of things. We've done that. Where are we? Quick couple of things for you as well. I said earlier, let's get rid of that one. I said earlier this morning in one of my little famous videos, it was meant to be 60 seconds. It ended up 2 minutes. I said, what kind of thing? So let me ask you, if you want, to unmute yourself, and I want you to tell me, and if you don't volunteer, I might pick on you. What things do you say? So imagine you bump into someone in the shop or outside church or whatever, and they say, hey, what is it that you do? Now, you've got to have an answer for that. So has anybody got any suggestions? Anybody willing to share? And there's no right or wrong, so you can't be wrong. Don't worry. The only wrong thing is just not to say anything. So imagine I meet you and I don't know anything about it, and I say, "Hey, you always look excited about something. You've got something. What is it you do?" What would you answer? Anybody want to tell me what they would say? Genuinely, it doesn't have to be clever. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just genuinely, if I asked you, what do you do? What would you tell me? Who wants to volunteer so that I don't have to pick on Dami?
I think Mike can volunteer.
Oh, who was that? Sorry. Chinedu. Hi,
Yeah.
Chinedu. Great. So tell me, my friend, you're doing great. So you're going to be a good example. What, my friend, I've just met you. I don't know anything about what you do with this business you've got. You seem to be excited about. What is it you do?
Basically, I put smiles in people's faces.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
I put smiles
I
in
like
people,
that.
and I use UW to put smiles in people's faces. Because simply what UW does is that we help you to manage your bills and save money. And money saving, expense reduction is one area that people are always smiling, as far as you are not spending so much from your pockets. So basically, that is what I do.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. Well, everybody needs a smile, do these days. If if they want to start smiling, first thing to do is turn off the news, right? Don't read the newspapers. That's full of bad news. But that's good. I've written that one down. Anybody else want to throw one in?
I help what I say to people. I've actually had a conversation in town today, Mike, and all I say is, look, I will show you how to make money and save money. And if you give me 2 minutes of your time, I'll tell you.
Brilliant. Save money and make money. And that'll grab people's attention. Anybody else want to throw one in? No? There's lots of different ones. One that I heard. Does somebody else have one there?
Yes, Mike. Kelvin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelvin, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
Good.
Most of the time when people ask me, what do you do? I probably ask them, how much do you want to save?
Okay, good.
Good.
So,
really? I say, yes. I could help you save money and I could help you with your investment because I'm into finance, investment. I'm an investment banker at the same time. I'm in UW, so they go hand in hand. So whichever way comes, I just help them out. So that's fine.
And that works. And as Adi and Mubo said earlier, if it works for you, do it and do more of it. Do lots more of it. There's some great little ideas here. I'm desperately so here's one. I'm going to try and read it. This was from Steve Critchley. Now, for those of you who don't know Steve earns over £1 million a year just in residual income. He gets that whether he gets out of bed or not, right? He's the top earner in the company. And this is one of the things he said. I've partnered with a major UK PLC that's got celebrity endorsement. It's partnered with major high street businesses. And my job is to build a distribution network for essential services. Wow, drop the mic, right? I mean, hello? Let me do that again for you, because when he said this to me, I said, you're the man, right? What do you do, Steve? He says, well, I'm brilliant. I'm partnered with a major UK PLC. We've got celebrity endorsements, and we are partnered with some of the biggest high street retail giants. And my job is to build a distribution network for essential services. And I thought, whoa, that's me, right? So that's it. So it's as big as you like. Next week, maybe I will share a little calculation. But I was looking, in fact, let me grab my little calculator here because I always get this wrong, right? But I'm going to do this very quickly for you. Now, I run my business part-time, as you know, from home, alongside other things. Now, if I do that and if I multiply that by 8 equals that, and I multiply that by 12, my business turnover last year from my little part-time business was 3.5 million. Right? So how big do you think of your business? How small do you think of it? The fact is, we are, and let me tell you a secret that we're not supposed to quite know when, because the city must find out first. It's compliance, right? Any day now, we are going to go through that 1 million customer barrier. And let me tell you something. They are going to have a celebration like no celebration at Power Up. If you've got those notepads ready, this is the date you want to book. Saturday, 20th of April. If you can't go in the Saturday, then the Sunday is available. Saturday, 20th of April. Power Up is our annual conference. If you are serious about this business, let me rephrase that. If you are serious about your future and your family's financial future, you will be there. You will break through brick walls to get there. You will do whatever it takes. You will book your ticket. In fact, let me challenge you again. Book your ticket tonight if you haven't already done it. Don't worry about how you're getting there. As soon as you commit, the universe will construct a way for you to get there. We will help you get there. We have people in every area of the UK, and we will get you there. If I have to hire a donkey, we'll get you there, right? So book and get to that, because something very special is going to happen. We're going through that million. And here's the thing, it's taken us 25, 27 years to get there to 1 million customers without any adverts. But we're going to double that in the next 4 or 5 years. And the question is, that's going to be an extra 1 million customers. How much of a slice of that pie do you want in your business? All right. Ask yourself that serious question. And they're going to tell us at that conference that, in fact, book this weekend off. It's the weekend of the 7th of September. Book that in your diary. Just block it off. There's going to be an incredible. Normally we have Cheltenham Racecourse is blocked off for us exclusively. But this is going to be much bigger. This is going to be something very special. We don't know where it is yet, but I can tell you it's going to be special. And you will want to be part of a Power Up, which is going to be a historic day for UW. You don't want to not be there. And on the 7th of September, that weekend, you definitely want to be at that. So book the ticket. I make my promise as always. If you commit to going to that and you get there, and you don't say to me at the end, that was incredible, I'm so thankful that you invited us. If you don't believe you've got value from that, you contact me and I will personally transfer the cost of your ticket back to you. I'll pay you that back. I know it will change your life, your future, your destiny. The rest is up to you. You can treat this like a £10 business, or you can treat it like £100,000 investment. Up to you. All right. So hopefully now we have a couple of things I always say you need to do. So number one, you need to get your training done within the first 48 hours, certainly within the first 7 days. And if you haven't, go and do it anyway. You also need to take a look at so once you've got your training done, you want to look at your partner portal. At least 15 minutes a day, go in, have a look, learn something new. On our group resource page, which hopefully, get some feedback on this, hopefully is useful, it's at AchieversGroup.co.uk. And on there, at the very top, I have pinned this document on the left, which lots of people say, how do I earn? What do I earn? What do I get paid? What do I need to do? Da-da-da-da-da-da. There's the answer. That's the answer. One page. It's there for you. That will show you what you need to do to get started. It's not everything. It's enough to get started. Also, there's another one on there that shows you the bonuses you get. And pinned second from the top, I think I've got it, is last week's training, which covered a lot of the basics. And a few people gave us some good feedback on that. Said that was good. So these are all there. All right. Now, I wouldn't be doing right. Let's have a quick look at the time. How are we for time? Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We need to finish soon. Right. I'm going to do this for those people who have just joined, or for those people who need a little lift because you're having a bad week and you need some inspiration. This is what gets my juices flowing every day. This is how simple this business can be if you don't complicate it. So you probably think 20, 50, 100, 200 people. They say the average person knows 200 people in their circle. But imagine if of all the people you know and that you get to know, you just find 5 people who want to make some extra money and build this business with you, help you build this distribution network. You get 5 of them. And then what you need to do is help those 5 to get 5 each. So there's 5 people, and you help them get 5 each. So 5 times 5 is 25. You help those 25 to get 5 each, and that is now 125. And then you help those 125 to get 5 each, and that is 625. So everybody has only got 5 partners in their team. Now, listen, let's be honest. Most people will do little or nothing. That's 80% of people. That's absolutely fine. It's not a problem. That's just the way of the world. Now, if you add all that together, 625, 125, 25, 5, add them together, that's 780 partners in your team. But the magic dust is that you only had to find 5 and then help them do the same. Now, that would give you 780 partners if everyone only had 10 customers each. That would give you 7,800 customers in your team. And that would pay you over £2,000 a month in residual income before you get out of bed. All right. So if you keep that in your mind, you're not just looking for customers. You are looking for customers, but you're not just looking for customers. You're looking for partners to help you build your massive heap, your distribution network. All right. That's what we're looking to do. I'm going to give you some stats next week that I picked up from the company that are going to blow your mind. The growth over the company over the next few years is going to be phenomenal. And I'm going to show you a couple of little hacks that can just increase it a little bit, but it explodes a lot. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a look at that next week. Before we wrap up, I want to say to everyone, please thank Adi and Mubo for their contribution tonight. That was gold dust, and they have so many people in their team that have not just now listen, if you've just joined, if you get a fast start, your first 30 days you can actually earn, if you get 6 or more customers, you can get whatever you earn an extra £500, but you don't have to stop there, as many of Adi and Mubo's team have proven. Not only their 500 quid bonus, they've gone on to get another 200, which is 700 quid. This is just bonuses in addition to that. So don't set your sights low. Aim for the stars. Aim for the stars. You may just land upon the moon. All right. So listen, thank you very much indeed to everyone. As we always say, as we leave tonight, come back next week. Come back, but bring some team members. Bring some new people that have joined your team. Celebrate everyone's success. This is it. Encourage each one. Learn more, earn more, understand the basics. Work on your personal development. Become a better version of you. Increase you by 1%